Welcome to the new frontier. Sorry, Dwibs, it's not the final.
Yay.
So, folks, we're looking at another DC animated movie, but this one's a special case. Whereas we've looked at stuff like Public Enemies, Superman and Batman at Apocalypse, or the ever so wonderful Superman vs. the Elite, we're looking at the second one ever made. See, after Superman Doomsday was a big hit with the direct-to-video audiences and beyond, like, it made DC a lot of money for a direct-to-video movie, they started to bump up on, the budget for these sort of movies here, saying, hey, we got something going. Enter the second movie ever made of his case, Justice League, The New Frontier, based off the original comic book series written and drawn by Darwin Cook, a DC of himself, which was adapted into this movie. Basically, the idea behind the series was a more modern look at what it was like when Golden Age heroes met Silver Age heroes, i.e. the sort of decline and death of the Golden Age, and it being merged and becoming the Silver Age.
Oh boy.
It's quite an interesting take here, so much so that it even includes a speech from JFK himself.
Interesting. Alright.
Nothing bad happens to the Kennedys?
I'll let you see for yourself. For now.
Joke is clone high.
Yes. I can't believe that show's getting a modern revival. Anyway, so sit back, relax, start at the beginning of the movie, which should feature the WB premiere logo in 3, 2, 1, click. But yeah,
From what I heard, despite the premise, this is more or less an Elseworld story, so it's more self-contained.
Pretty much, per se. I mean, well, it's an Elseworld story, but it sort of was a take on the Golden Age heroes, again meaning the Silver Age. So you had Golden Age stuff like Superman, Batman...
the DC logo had a theme?
Yes, it did.
I never heard it before.
So, let us start
Narration.
literally in the beginning. As is typical of DC animated movies, the animation is gorgeous.
This Keith David. Sounds like him.
Let me check.
So how one-to-one of a comic adaptation is this?
I actually don't know. I really don't know much about the source material.
From what I understand,
Primal?
from what
That was the caveman from Dexter's Lab.
From what I understand, like most DC animated movies, this one is pretty true to the source material. Granted, that's basically off of what I've heard, since I have not actually read the original comic.
The center.
DC's trying nuclear warfare.
Yeah, I can see there. At least this intro was very comic book-esque. The last story. Sakaguchi, is
The
that
last
you?
story came out 3 years early. Amazing.
Oh, great! We start with suicide.
Oh.
Don't you know, Tio? True art is suffering.
I suppose.
Yeah, but it's not that kind of suffering, though. Sure.
Let's
Have
say...
you guys ever watched Heroes?
I did when it came out, but only sporadically, so I remember only bits and pieces of it.
Anyway,
Well, there was an artist that predicted the future, and he died. And it's like, even though he's dead, all his paintings were still relevant.
Huh. Anyway, Tio, to answer your question, yes, Keith David is in this movie, but I can't spoil what his character is.
Alright.
Is he the
The
bad guy or
JFK?
something?
I will let you wait and see. It's not quite as simple as you think.
Go away.
Never is with these movies.
And of course, we've got Neil Patrick
The
Harris
Justice
in this
Society.
movie.
That was the Justice Society. Poor guys. Come on.
And of course, we have Lucy Lawless and Kyle MacLachlan.
Isn't that Kyle MacLachlan? Wasn't he that guy out of Twin Peaks?
Yes, Agent Cooper. Also the villain from the Flintstones movie, because his agent needed to find him a better role.
Yep, he portrays Superman in this movie.
Huh.
So they pretty much got an all-star cast, huh?
Which
Yep.
is basically completely different from what the animated series had at the time.
Well, I mean, nowadays, funnily enough, nowadays the animated series' cast are considered all-star. You got your Kevin Conroys, your Mark Hamill.
True. I understand that. It's just that I don't understand when you get these properties that have like a movie sort of release, and they feel the need to hire celebrities to, make the movie look more pristine. When you have a clearly well-established recurring voice actor who enjoy the role and portray in a good way,
I guess they wanted to try something different, considering the DC animated universe ended 2 years before this came out.
True, yeah. A lot of the actors had kind of moved on to some other stuff sometimes here and there.
Wait, what year did this come out?
2008.
2008.
Korea, July 27th.
Justice League Unlimited already ended like 3 years prior.
Yep.
Oh, 2006, so 2 years.
Oh, I thought you meant like this came out after, like no.
So let's just start off.
I think the Batman was still running, and we were getting Batman the Brave and Bold.
CGI planes, no.
Fun fact: the only reason.
I guess one of these is Al Jordan. Yes, sir.
Fun fact: the only reason that the Batman show ended wasn't because it was unpopular or anything. It was because of, once again, just bad luck with the network execs. I'll go more into that in a more relevant video, but for now, yeah, we open up with Lois Lane having a one-to-one with, at the time, a pilot, Hal Jordan, played by David Boreanaz.
All right. Jesus. Guess he didn't really need to use the gun. Skivvies.
Well, crud. I can't believe how Jordan's about to flipping die.
Oh, and yeah, now he really is about to die because of the pressure, but I guess we're completely not thinking that.
Nah, he's thankfully low enough so that the pressure wouldn't kill him.
Sure, at the very least, it would have make him, lose conscience or something.
Wait,
I don't know.
What year? Oh, what year did they say this was set in?
1953. 53, the Korean front line. Taste freedom! Yeah, Hal, it's not really a good time to tell that Koreans really don't like Americans.
Why did you kick him?
Well,
Koreans really don't like Americans in the first place.
Oh.
Well, that was just charming enough.
This is a sign also. One thing that the Silver Age did show was that while the Golden Age was ending, things got a bit darker. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people remember the Silver Age for being way wackier and stuff, but death was taken a lot more seriously in the Silver Age than the Golden Age,
If anything, the Golden Age was the age like when Batman had a gun and stuff.
Yep, Batman.
How the hell did 60s Batman get birth to all this?
Well, believe it or not, 60s Batman actually does have some dark moments in it where people do legit die.
Well, I've seen all of the first series.
The comic lives. The comic.
I thought you meant the TV show.
Okay, so now we're seeing the origin of a hero.
Martian Manhunter.
Basically, for those who don't know, the origin of the Martian Manhunter is that he was accidentally brought to Earth by a scientist, who unfortunately, after making such a great discovery here and there, unfortunately suffers a heart attack or varying off of the era, a certain disease. So John Jones basically takes on a human form and essentially, becomes a detective.
And he's like the last of his kind, if I recall correctly. Well, that was kind of retconned later on.
Meanwhile, here's a hero who you might recognize well.
Oh. Diana, you're having a party and you didn't even invite Soups.
Woman?
Let me guess, it's a girls' club only.
Well, more like she kind of helped liberate a few, female slaves, let's call them.
Goody. Let me check who voices Diana. Oh, Lucy Lawless. Huh, funny, because she was Xena.
Fitting. It's okay, she only disarmed them.
And by disarm them, I meant I ripped their fucking arms off.
Well, basically, she let the women deal with them. Superman is not exactly too happy about that.
Oh boy. Yeah, I can already tell I'm not gonna like this portrayal of Wonder Woman.
Well, actually, the idea of this movie is to actually, dissect the mentality of being that way. Let's not forget, Wonder Woman has had quite a few different portrayals here and there.
Which is why the Gold and Silver Age of her character was retconned to be essentially Polita later on.
Yep.
Wait, signing stuff? What is this, Civil War now?
To be fair, the Civil War comic book had been released 2 years before this adaptation, but it was 2 years after the original comic book from which took place.
I thought the Civil War comic was made in like the mid-2000s.
2006.
Okay.
So it was in the middle between the original comic of this movie and this adaptation. And I guess it's Bruce Wayne looking at the... Oh, no, okay. Hello?
Just keeping the city safe, as any policeman should. So, Jean, enjoy living a new life. Oh, by the way, you're going to see a special cameo in this movie, too.
Dinosaurs? Oh, I think I'll mention this maybe later. Oh, hi, Bugs.
Bugs Bunny!
Because Warner Bros.
Basically, one way Jean liked to learn about humanity was by watching TV here and there.
It feels so surreal to see Metropolis in the night like Gotham.
Wait, is he talking Wonder Woman again?
No, this is Lois Lane, I think.
Now
She looks kind of like.
Oh, goody, McCarthy.
Yeah, that's another thing this movie does good in dissecting. But yeah, that's one thing I like about this movie. This movie remembers that Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, at their core, do consider each other friends and, don't hate each other, mind you.
The Trinity, as it's called.
Basically, the idea here is that, with the dying down of the Golden Age, people started to take the actions of heroes more seriously, per se.
Does this take place in the present or, like, in the past?
54. Right now it's 1954, I think.
Yeah. Again, this is sort of at the end of the Korean War.
Okay.
Feeling lucky?
Oh,
Plot twist.
hello. Who are you?
Yes, Miss West. Iris West, to be in particular.
Huh.
Played by Vicki Lewis.
Oop.
So what's the difference between Iris and Lois Lane?
Buddy Blake. Oh, Buddy Blake.
Well, I don't think Iris is always a reporter. It depends on the era here and there. Ah, Wildcat.
Yeah.
Hey, Barry. Yes, in case you're wondering, that is in fact the Barry Allen. Played by Neil Patrick Harris.
You know what? It fits.
I know, right?
Whoa.
Oh, let me guess, considering it's the Flash in his Captain Cold, most likely.
Wait, Iris. So let me guess. Later on, the Flash is going to be yelling,
Yeah,
"What am I fighting for?"
that's clearly him. What the fuck are you wearing, Cold?
This is Captain. This is Captain Cold, played by James Arnold Taylor.
This is supposed to be
General Kenobi.
In general, this is supposed to be the arch nemesis of the Flash. Yes, a guy with a freezing pistol.
Weird.
Don't worry. Depending on the author, it's treated better usually.
Weird. I thought the Trickster was supposed to be the Flash's arch nemesis.
No, usually it's Captain Cold with Gorilla Grodd coming to a second close.
And then you have Mirror Master and
then the Flash has the Flash has a fuck ton of villains, sure, but the one that they usually stick the most out are, of course, Professor Zoom, Captain Cold, Gorilla Grodd, and Mirror Master usually.
Don't you mean Reverse Flash?
Synonymous. Yes, with the Speed Force allows you to do that.
I guess.
Oh, and that's Golden Glider, is it?
Wait.
Oh. Of course.
And then he decides to be a dick, and it's like 89, 88, 2, 1.
Well, maybe it was the one on his neck.
Maybe it's in the balloon.
Whee! Slow-mo!
Surprise!
I hate either or questions. I go with and instead.
Oh, it's a good thing the helicopter didn't explode.
Well, he wasn't trying to kill him.
He lied. Okay. Suddenly, Captain Cold's acting a bit weird and is now voiced by Keith David again. But that can't be. We saw Keith David's character shoot himself, didn't we?
I was frozen today.
So no one dies from those ice beams, do they?
No, it's just like for all this stupid shit, Batman and Robin was right on one thing, just you have like 11 minutes to fort the ice.
Because, like, I know in the CW Flash show, if you get hit by it, you die instantly.
Depends on the offer, usually.
Mm-hmm. Captain Cold is generally not a bloodthirsty villain per se. He's one of the more affably evil kind of guys. Hell, it's kind of to the point where the Flash occasionally does make nice with his villains.
Yeah, like they have like a friendly relationship in the TV show. It's like, I hate you.
It's more like sometimes there are bigger things than both of them, so they decide for temporary truces and stuff like that.
He's also in the TV show. Captain Cold is played by the guy the main character from Prison Break.
Huh.
And Heatwave is the brother from Prison Break. So it's like, yeah, the casting was intentional.
Welcome to Ferris.
Yeah, what's Ferris? That sign was gonna say F-Zero.
Hal Jordan as Captain Falcon.
Okay, Deji, in all your conversations with Brian, has his F-Zero obsession spread to you now?
No.
The end.
And that's how he forms his proper identity.
So, what, Martian Manhunter as a detective?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it starts off, yeah.
I gotta admit, when I heard the name Martian Manhunter, detective isn't quite what I have in mind.
And that's the code name. Most of the time he gets referred by John, simply.
Anyway, hi Carol Ferris, one of the most famous lovers / arch nemesis of our superhero.
Oh yeah, because she plays, what's the name? Star Sapphire. Star Sapphire?
Yeah. It's kind of a twist of fate. Her love for Hal Jordan gets twisted into villainy when she gets brainwashed by it.
And this was way before the other Green Lantern Corps were introduced.
Anyway, in this movie, she's played by Brooke Shields. Actually, too, I think that was before the Star Sapphires were even confirmed to be another Lantern Corps.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was only after, I think, Infinite Crisis that the other Lantern Corps were established, and that retroactively includes Star Sapphire.
So again, folks, in a way, this movie is a mixture of a few things. It's a bit of an anthology flick, it's a bit of a transitional phase flick, and it's an origin phase for, well, again, mostly Silver Age heroes, but also seeing how they interact with the Golden Age and whatnot.
That still begs the question, aside from this adaptation, the original comic, like, who was it for? Because I can't imagine a particular target demographic for it.
I think it was sort of a way to try and introduce more younger readers to the Golden and Silver Ages and give them a feeling of what it was like transitioning from it. Apparently,
but it was done in the early 2000s, way after that. Like, you think of that kind of story, like something like Alan Moore's Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, which was done, I think, in the 80s, which was more fitting because the Silver Age had ended relatively before that, not too long before that. So, weird. To be fair, but I can see that this is a... Oh, there's Batman.
In his Golden Age outfit.
Oh, no, not the purple gloves, no.
Yeah, definitely purple gloves. Also, he's fighting a cult. Is Deacon Blackfire involved here?
It's a cult that's willing to slay a young child.
What I was saying. But yeah, I can see this is a much better love letter to, say, the Silver Age than Identity Crisis.
Oh, God. Yeah, much better than Identity Crisis. Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. In case you don't know, Martian Manhunter's only real weakness, fire. Just the vision of it gives him PTSD.
Let's just say fire to him. Well, imagine your insides getting cooked inside and out. Like, normally when we get burned with fire, it's mainly our outer skin that gets hurt. With a Martian, they feel it everywhere.
Ah, it burns like fire. Wait.
Yeah, this basically this was also a bit of social.
You have to realize, Batman, that's actually kind of scary.
You need to work on your own image.
Believe it or not, he's actually going to take that into consideration because anyone will remember Batman had a different outfit for the Silver Age.
Okay, well, the answer's simple then. Just get a more lighter shade of your costume and dance about in a disco, and then bam, your image has been changed.
Oh, the center.
And again, keep Davy voice possessing another character. Okay, moving on.
That's ominous.
Yeah, that actually could be a contender for the next TV show I pick, actually. 60s Batman.
Not a bad pick.
Oh, I've not heard good things about Series 3. Other than maybe Catwoman in that series.
I think my favorite of them was Eartha Kitt.
I think that was the one.
Whee! Oh, we're simulating the
altitude
physics,
changes, yeah.
Yeah. Spam Jordan.
Code names.
Mm-hmm.
As per usual, Hal Jordan has a bit of an attitude complex.
Yep.
Which is why people don't like him that much.
Oh,
And that's why Jon Stewart is better.
Well, okay.
Still prefer Kyle Rayner.
Okay,
normie.
If only they didn't kill his wife like that, seriously.
Yeah, Kyle Rayner got done dirty. But I gotta agree with Dej. Jon Stewart has always been my favorite. He feels like the perfect mix of creativity, but also an authority figure. But he can still snark when the time comes proper here and there.
Well, so I wonder what they're gonna do when Green Lantern Corps comes around in the live-action films.
Wasn't it confirmed that they're having both Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan as the stars of that movie?
I don't know. They keep changing tact every 5 minutes.
True. This center. Wonder what that is.
And if you look to your right, you will see Crash Bandicoot in a leather jacket.
With sunglasses too.
Even at night.
Yeah, yes, we've all heard that song.
Dirty commies. Okay, what are you doing?
Taking him to the secret area.
Oh, of course.
Yep, totally secret with armed guards right there.
To be fair, this was way before stuff like satellites, so...
Yeah, believe it or not, this actually could pose as secret enough back in the day.
It's like in Looney Tunes back in action. It's not Area 51, it's Area 52.
Poor Looney Tunes back in action. I can understand why it was.
It wasn't a good movie.
I need to see it again.
Honestly, I've looked at it somewhat recently on Netflix, and I find more good than bad of it. Oh, it's not
Space Jam is better.
So, what movie are you referring to?
Looney Tunes back in action.
Also, wow, Dej, you're the first person I've ever heard say that Space Jam is better than Back in Action.
Because it's true.
So, do you like Space Jam?
Is that like the Eric Carter shows? Oh, King Faraday's in this movie.
Space Jam. I thought it was boring.
Okay, interesting stuff. Alright, Dweebs, in case you don't know, King Faraday is essentially just a secret agent. He doesn't really have superpowers on his own. He's just basically like James Bond. He is very smart, though. That's basically how he manages to outsmart superpowered being.
This is an American. Should we go by the name they gave him in that TV show, Jimmy Bond?
I didn't know that.
What about James Bond?
Radical scientist.
Oh God, no, Jova, no.
Hey, didn't you guys make that one?
No, it was an American TV show.
It was.
Let me check who's voiced by.
Oh, he's voiced by Phil Morris.
Interesting, because the character hasn't been used that much in DC's history.
Oh, by the way, as for the guy who plays Rick Flag, you know, Jordan's flying mate, that is our good old friend Lex Lang.
Huh.
Oh, cool.
Come to think of it, if you look to your left, you'll see Cortex's forces flying about in UFOs.
And that was the interesting thing. That was the last Crash game release. Last Crash game up until the Insane Trilogy came out, and the same existed.
Oh my God, you're right. Jesus.
It's a rocket.
Jesus
Again.
Christ! From
Yeah,
from 2008 to 2017.
No, we had that one mobile game that was a sequel to Nitro Kart.
and then in terms of original
terrible.
games, we would get another one after that till 2020.
So who is voicing Bruce here? Jeremy Sisto. I was in 6 Feet Under.
Don't worry, Batman, you're not in Superman Red Son. You don't have to worry about the communists here.
Of course.
You do know I don't have superpowers either.
Yeah, totally. No powers whatsoever. Ooh, Doomsday Clock, cute.
Yeah.
Not sure you could call Great Deduction a superpower.
As you don't know, Doomsday Clock in itself is sort of a reference to Watchmen, although it doesn't really have any place here. It was a real thing that back in the day was constructed to hypothetically theorize how long distant will be the end of the world.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't Watchmen DC as well?
Yes, it's a long story, so I reserve it when we actually get to that movie, which is already long by itself.
Okay. That. Oh, hey.
Jesus Christ, God.
Ow, my ear.
And yet it's still not as creepy as that. It's still not as scary as that weird transition to Jeremy Irons' character in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, Jova, help me out because I don't remember. Oh, it wasn't really him then.
Wait, so is this like a Doom bot?
I guess. Grodd is that smart, but what I don't remember is... Oh, wait, why are we capturing Barry?
You'll see.
It's the Rogues Gallery, isn't it?
I forgot, Jova. There were major instances where Grodd did not talk.
Well, I think that him not talking here was supposed to be a hint that something
It signified that he wasn't, wasn't real.
Whoa.
Yeah, seriously, guys, like, you knew that he had super speed. So...
No, I thought he got teleported.
No,
it's kind
molecules can vibrate.
It's kind of what happens. The Speed Force works in a very weird way.
Translation, the writers are inconsistent.
Yeah, it does whatever the plot wants.
Barry's powers are a pathway to many abilities, some consider to be unnatural. If Rise of Skywalker could make billions of dollars with lines like that.
Didn't Rise of Skywalker...
Actually, it borrowed it from Revenge of the Sith, but removed all the context.
Oh, jeez.
And the new context it put in was daft.
That's impossible. A center can't be everywhere, otherwise it wouldn't be a center.
The center is something of which everything originates. They said I was paranoid.
Can't imagine why.
Oh. Yes, you're taking that into custody. That's a different movie. Oh well.
Yes. Read my mind. Wait, what?
Pretty much. That's one of the powers that John has.
Comes
I
in
thought you
handy.
could just read their minds without touching them.
Depends also on the art author. Sorry. That's another reference to Watchmen. Interesting they have these references to Watchmen. Oh, hi, Barry. What are you doing here?
Huh, imagine a government trying to hold down its superheroes who tries
Wait,
to help
seriously?
people.
Okay, since we were talking about the live action TV show, might as well use its catchphrase. Damn it, Barry!
He does have a point, though. Like,
Man, I haven't seen a broadcast that awkward and disturbing since the Joker shot that guy in the head.
yeah, that was weird. Told a weird joke about it, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
the old design
wait,
Batmobiles.
that's what you're more
Hey,
concerned
Rosa
about? A man got
Parks.
shot in the head, and you're more concerned about an unfunny joke.
Ray Palmer.
The story of the losers. Yeah, again, for as much as people may not want to remember, the 50s and 60s were,
Wait, oh, that's what I was thinking about. Dinosaur Island. Why? I don't understand.
No, go on, Joa. Go on.
Sorry.
the 50s and 60s were pretty chaotic times in America, to say the least.
Duh, of course. They're just too ignorant to understand.
This is another thing I appreciate about this story, is that it doesn't try to sugarcoat it like, say, something like the Minions movie tried to.
Okay, in case no one knows, the Dinosaur Island is a weird concept that was mostly used during the for World War II settings and later on for the Silver Age Batman.
Huh. Yes, this is...
Well, I think more recently was still used. Alright. Sure.
What's the worst that could happen out in space?
They
What
get
could
someone
possibly-
sabotaged the vehicle.
Yeah, like the Soviets. What could possibly go wrong? Yes, another thing that John can do, invisibility.
Also, I was a bit mistaken. Rick Flag is just the general guy who Carol Ferris talked to, not his
okay.
partner.
Oop. It's like that footage from Signs.
Wait, are you going to abort the launch then?
I think Faraday's about to.
Basically, Jean saw
You're
the...
Delete
gonna
this,
fly!
As for why he's doing this, Jean essentially saw Flash's broadcast and figured, yeah, you know, this planet probably doesn't want my help, so he's pretty much hightailing it out of here.
I don't want to be on this planet anymore.
And he...
Oh dear, fire.
How are they not dead?
Well, because of John's super abilities there. Unfortunately, John missed his
I
ride.
thought he was just a regular guy.
What? Oh,
I thought he was just one of the regular people. Some of the character designs are a bit...
oh, you're talking about Faraday, aren't you?
Yeah.
Basically, Jean saved him.
Yeah.
Space. The Final Frontier. These are the days and voyages of Hal Jordan. Hot shot fly.
The very short voyages of Hal Jordan.
Oh dear. We appear
I mean,
to be
these were
having
still the
technical
these were still the
difficulties.
50s.
Yeah.
I forgot to remind me again, Joe, because you're definitely more versed in that. Which of the Apollos actually did not manage to even start before burning and killing
13.
everyone on board? No, that one like stopped malfunctioned like right in the middle. I remember it was one of the Apollo program missiles that actually didn't even manage to start properly and burned right on the base.
Oh god, let me see if I can. No,
Oof.
maybe that. I think that may have been Apollo 13 that had the explosion.
Ow.
Huh.
For you.
Better hurry or else re-entry's gonna have your ass fried. This is no time to be fighting.
This is probably what Michael Bay thought he wanted to do for Armageddon.
Let's just say Jordan and Flag are having disagreements over orders given the presence of weapons. Oh dear.
Bye, Al.
Nope.
Ooh.
And he's
Effect.
dead.
This is ridiculous.
I know, right?
Even by
Yeah,
comic
Oh,
standards.
there's
Should be
Superman.
dead by now.
Don't worry, Superman can help with that.
Well, killing him.
No. Oh boy. But Flag is ever so determined to maintain the mission. To the point of blowing himself up.
And they got caught in the fire, so now the astronaut is...
No. Superman pulled him away in time, because he's Superman.
Of course.
Were they
So were
trying
they-
to make up for that moment in Superman 4?
Yeah, I
where an
think so.
ordinary Earth woman could survive without a suit in space?
Probably.
So what was the guy trying to do? Set a bomb to the moon or something?
Well, he was going to take weapons on this mission here and there, and it had a lot of secret tech, so when the mission was going, all airness here, he was basically calling for Flag to do the proper thing and blow up everything so that it wouldn't fall into enemy hands.
AKA the Soviets.
This was done without Carol Ferris's knowledge, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Let
Or
me-
Al, for that matter.
Let me say it like this. Faraday is an interesting fellow. He means well, yes, but he can do some rather, morally questionable stuff.
Hmm.
Huh.
Okay, we'll say this. Kyle Agent Cooper, because that's better for me to pronounce it, actually does sound a bit like George Newborn for his Superman interpretation.
Also, Apollo 13 was from the 70s. It was a failed mission to the moon, but they were able
Why
to
doesn't
save
the Superman?
So
Why doesn't the Superman have the have that jaunty theme song from the shorts?
That was purely Golden Age, I guess.
I like this costume for Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man. Oh. Damn. What? How this movie was rated?
PG-13.
Fair enough.
That was the thing about DC animated movies, too. They definitely pushed the envelope here and there.
Oh. What?
Let me check our age rating.
Oh boy.
I guess we can away from that. Okay.
12. Yeah, I got a 12 rating around here.
What?
Pretty much the equivalent of the PG-13.
Hey, I'm afraid Hal's about to be kidnapped, Carol. You okay with that?
Oh, I get this moment where Abin Sur calls him.
He's been taken.
Oh no. Hey, at least there's a good thing compared to the comic, the Silver Age, Green Lantern origin. Hal Jordan is wearing a jacket that's not yellow. because I don't understand how the colorist fucked up on that, because the mythos is explained right in front of his eyes that the Green Lantern core energy cannot do anything properly when anything yellow is, touched by it. And Naveen Sur does the whole testing and everything. All of this while Al Jordan is wearing a complete yellow jumpsuit.
Anyway, the guy who voices Abin Sur is an interesting customer. I'll see if you can recognize the voice.
Alright.
I'm the guy who's pretty much contractually obligated to die for you to be a hero.
Is that Corey Burton?
Yes! How'd you recognize?
That's kind of his entropy, the way you're talking.
Yeah.
No. Entropy is from Crash Bandicoot.
Well,
he's voiced by Corey Burton. Well, these days anyway.
So we have Lex Lang and Corey Burton in here. Neat.
Oh. That's what the center is?
Basically, in an interesting tone, they actually tied Green Lantern's origin to this time it being a case of the center, as opposed to it being, someone like Parallax.
Apparently the center is an eldritch thing. Of course.
Besides, you think you are dying over here.
Okay.
Hindsight's a bitch.
Let's just say, thankfully...
Elseworld story, sure.
Well, basically, Dej, in case you don't know, at some point after Superman the Doomsday storyline, around the time when, a lot of heroes were either retiring or, dying or whatnot, or being replaced with newer incarnations, Hal Jordan kind of had a place where his city got destroyed, so he went insane and started killing other Green Lanterns. Don't worry, though.
Was defeated by Kyle.
Don't worry, though. He sort of got a slight redemption when he got turned into the Spectre, but the real redemption would come, over a decade later when Jeff Johns decided, let's retcon it so that, he was infiltrated by...
Oh, the Robin!
Yes. I think this one's Dick Grayson.
Probably.
This is supposed to be the 50s.
Shane Habusha.
That said, though, Batman remembers that he... So this is now Batman's new look. One to be more kid-friendly, per se.
Yeah, more similar to the Silver Age one.
I called it. He changed his outfit and it's more lighter.
Exactly. Again, it's a little touch on, the transition from the Golden Age to the Silver Age.
So, what next? You gonna,
the Superman design is really cool.
Oh yeah.
So next, are you gonna have those extremely seriously cheesy conversations between you and the police commissioner over the phone?
No.
Nah.
Pterodactyl.
Batman, the Joker has escaped once again.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is another thing about the Silver Age. A lot more outlandish stuff could happen. Like
The pterodactyl.
Like Lex Luthor stealing 40 cakes.
or
And
Superman
that's terrible.
or Superman literally juggling planets.
Remember, one of its major enemies, it's a literal living sun, Solaris.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
It's a long story.
Solaris is a DC villain, believe it or not, Dad.
Wait, what? I thought that's the name of the monster from 06.
Oh, the invisible plane. It's a common name to describe, enemy things that are akin to a sun.
Oh, bit of a rough landing there, Diana.
Oh, so what is?
Okay,
Wonder
question.
Woman
Why
dead?
does Wonder
Whoa.
Woman need one if she can fly?
This was the point where she could not.
Oh wait, never mind.
I forgot because you fly in the current DC movies.
I think
No,
so.
I think not. That's why in Wonder Woman 1984 she's using the lasso to literally ride the thunders,
Oh,
which
well,
is
so
unbeatedly a
yeah.
cool scene.
Yeah, show off.
Oh,
Wonder Woman-
fuck.
So
So
the woman is dead.
no, she's not dead, but she got brutalized, and
Apparently someone or something brutalized Themyscira.
yeah, and considering how tough Themyscira is, that's not a good sign.
Do the Justice League have an overarching?
And overall,
Sorry?
what now?
Do the
Believe so?
Justice League have like one big villain they all have?
Darkseid,
Darkseid.
There's Darkseid, there's
Doomsday.
Brainiac.
Starro.
Let
Quite-
me guess. None of them. None.
The
Let me guess.
League of
Let me guess. So let me guess. The one that appeared in the movie isn't one of their main villains.
Wow!
Steppenwolf, no. We'll need to see if the Snyder Cut actually. Well, no, we know that the Snyder Cut brings Darkseid, so we'll have to wait for that.
There we go.
Close enough. Oh, shut up.
Saginaw.
Whatever the hell that means.
So, Hal, had a good
So
day?
If it means your food's saggy, then no thank you.
So there was a Justice League comic that's called at Universe's End or something like that, and it's basically Owlman and pretty much calling out how stupid the idea of the Batman who lives and all the other evil Batmans are, because he's supposed to be the one true evil Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Oh, jeez.
What's that comic
That's-
called again, Ditch?
Hold on, I sent Terrence the message on.
Hey guys, that guy's ring is glowing green. Does that mean he's?
That means he's radioactive. That can be good.
That means he's a gardener. And then everyone else around him face palms.
Ha! She already knew.
Yeah, Iris is actually that smart. Yeah, surprisingly enough, the Flash is one of those characters that actually sort of came out of the closet when it comes to revealing his identity to
Maybe-
his loved ones. Actually managed to juggle that.
It's called Death Multiverse. But
Oh, don't worry, Barry. Your role in the universe will be inflated magnificently, especially in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, look,
That will be just the start of things.
let me put it like this. I like
During that TV event.
let me
It was the comic it was based off, Dwebs.
Let me put it like this, Dwebs. A lot of people do like Barry Allen, yes. However, Barry Allen kind of was supposed to be dead, and Wally West the true Flash of sorts. Let me explain. Believe it or not, up until 2011, the Flash most people knew was Wally West. Why? Because Barry Allen gave his life in the ever-big event known as Crisis on Infinite Earths. Oh sure, he'd get hinted at and would occasionally make surprise guest appearances here and there, but he would only truly make his return, if I recall correctly, after the event Blackest Night, which is an insanely awesome comic, mind you.
Let me guess, they didn't keep the whole Flash die thing in the TV show, since he has a TV show named after him already.
Well, that's the thing. Nowadays, I guess we're back to pretty much recognizing Barry Allen as the one and true
Pretty
Flash.
much.
Which is not all bad.
This is regulated to Kid Flash.
Unfortunately.
Hello.
Hey, Justice
Adam
Society.
Strange.
And Green
What is
Arrow.
Adam Strange doing here?
Yeah, that's pretty strange, don't you think?
Huh.
You do know I can run
Can you-
faster than all your bullets,
Can you
right?
stop being military for a second? Oh, here's Soups.
Basically, is here
I
to
got a
go.
Superman turned heel again.
No, he's basically
Thankfully
getting their
not.
attention to go, hey, dumbasses, we should actually be working together.
Well, there is this YouTube video where Superman does a heel turn in the same way Hulk Hogan did his heel turn in WCW.
I
Oh.
don't know the example you're talking about, this, but I can tell you that Injustice Gods Among Us, it's a good candidate for that.
Well, again, I think one of my...
And it's stupid. Really?
Yes,
it
is.
I'll
is.
sum it up real quick.
Stop trying.
basically,
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna. Let me interrupt you. I am tired of evil Superman. What if Superman was an antagonist? What if he was a maniac? What if people feared him because he's super powerful? Can we just have something?
Even more than that,
this
Danger. Even worse than Regime Superman, to me the worst is also Regime Wonder Woman, because she literally has no reason to be evil in the Injustice games.
Basically, basically that video I was describing.
All right.
He basically ran down everyone, verbally. I mean, he ran down everyone who ever knew him, calling the Justice League a bunch of nerds wearing tights, going to costume parties if it wasn't for him. And he ended up signing with the Legion of Doom.
So, let's actually get a look at the center.
Oh
And
god.
it's a big one.
It's ugly. And it literally spawns dino. Oh, so I get the center is supposed to be Dinosaur Island? Weird.
Sort of.
Thankfully, it's one of those cases where Superman can go actually full power, I guess.
Ow.
That hurt. Actually,
Uh,
let me check. Who was the composer of this? Kevin Manfei.
yeah, I found the video.
Well, crud.
No, this was actually one of his first roles that he did for the composer.
So, yeah, Superman's apparently dead.
That's
No,
problem. That's a problem.
Yeah, sure. And Trevor, next you'll be telling me that Batman's a shitty detective.
Lois is not taking it that well.
Deb.
So, how do we find out about the censor? Well, let's look at the book of the guy who we saw at the start of the movie who shot himself eventually, because he couldn't deal with, well, that massive thing being shoved into his head.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it is Dinosaur Island. Weird. Honey Shrunk an Orange.
It's kind of in the prototype era of his tech.
Ooh. So I guess this is what Aperture Science needed to create the combustible lemon.
Oh, hey! I wrote a book on impossible. So, this is an interesting thing. Two Golden Age heroes, part of the Trinity, are supposedly out of commission. So this time, it's time to see what this new age of heroes can possibly do in
But
their
of course,
absence.
we still need the Bat God leading everyone because Batman.
I will give him somewhat credit here. It's mainly his usage in detective skills, and it's not like he's going to go about doing it himself. Like,
Sure,
act of
it is
God.
better than Superman, Batman, Apocalypse, where he literally saves the day by bargaining with Darkseid.
Or act of God.
Oh, young Deathstroke.
Yep.
So apparently, this film doesn't have anything to do with any continuity.
No, it's an Elseworld story in its own.
I mean, I guess you could say at best maybe it's sort of applied to Earth 2. But that's, kind of a special case. For those who don't know, Earth 2 Oh dear.
Oh god. What the fuck?
Now this scene I remember.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, let's shoot dinosaurs.
Let's show them this is America.
Anyway, for let me explain. Earth 2 was essentially
John? What are you?
Oh, something's
He
messing.
can't read their minds. He's not Aquaman. He can't talk to fish. Even though he doesn't talk to fish.
Yeah.
Anyway, to wrap up
Yeah,
what I
go
was
on,
saying,
Joe.
Earth 2 was essentially another Earth of sorts. Basically, around the time of, say, the more modern age of heroes, relatively speaking, it was sort of established that originally the Golden to Silver Age, well, okay, more so the Golden Age, evolved into what we call Earth 2. With the classic renditions of the heroes, being in that Earth. So eventually when the Golden Age and Silver Age had to be merged and, we got something like the Bronze Age essentially, some heroes stuck around, while others left off. Case in point, Earth 2 Superman Lois and Alexander Luthor.
Yeah.
For those who need to know, Alexander Luthor is essentially the son of the Lex Luthor of that particular timeline, who started off as a good guy, and then would descend into villainy in Infinite Crisis. But I am not here to cover Infinite Crisis because
we'll be here all day because
Yeah.
we'll be segueing
Also-
into other different
Also,
stories.
there goes the Batwing. Oh well.
it's okay. Green Arrow's there to back him up.
Yeah. Has there ever been like a Batman multiverse story?
Yes,
there actually
a
is
couple.
Yes, the Dark Universe,
There's
which
the-
has the Batman who laughs,
there's apparently a
Black Death. Not Black Death. There's a Batman version he's just evil, but like he has the Speed Force.
Then there's a version of Batman who's essentially Aquaman, but Queen of the Sea instead.
Yeah.
There's a
Same,
version of Batman who's Doomsday.
Whoa.
Although if they ever make a movie like these animated movie adaptation of that, it's a shame that circumstances. Oh, I wonder, can they even reference '60s Batman?
Oh, he gets eaten like that.
I was sorry.
Oh, there goes Faraday.
I was like, can they even reference '60s Batman now?
I think so, yes.
Considering Disney owns it.
Yes, they can. Dwibs, they do it all the time. I guess, to be fair, DC technically do hold priority over that.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
Disney owns
Jimmy,
the show itself.
no.
He has
Yeah,
his
you're
priorities.
stupid.
He has his priorities straight. Get the ultimate
This is why I don't like
photos.
Jimmy Olsen.
Right. All right then. It seems that we've already lost one powerful human being that can, well, sort of human being that can fly. So you have another one that can fly sometimes.
Yeah, well, okay, it's like Wonder Woman said, she hasn't used that plane in years. The main reason she used it was because she was heavily weakened.
Oh, I thought by fly, I thought you meant she flies all by herself like a plane.
Oh, she can fly without the plane, it's just that she hasn't used the plane in a while. She only used it because of what happened to her on Themyscira. Well, I mean...
Behold, the final boss of a Kirby game.
Kinda.
I mean, you're always doing a space section.
Are we high on LSD now?
Close enough.
Whoa. It's also an excuse for the animators to go apeshit.
And their excuse to use animation smears.
Yeah, that too.
It appears to be falling meatballs.
Please no.
Come on. Wow, I can't believe how Jordan's going to die. Again.
Oh. For a second I thought that's how the movie. Lois is the key.
Oh, the Guardians of the Universe, I guess.
By the way, the Guardian. As for who plays the Guardian, let me see. It is, in fact, Robin Atkin-Dowes.
Huh.
Again, quite the cast. And so he rises as the Green Lantern.
Yay. Which begs the question, what happened to Alan Scott in this continuity?
Ooh, that is a good question indeed.
It doesn't exist.
Probably.
The original Green Lantern that wore purple.
Was that the Green Lantern?
Yeah, later.
Like if it'd be like having a Batman, but he dresses up like a pigeon.
No stress, Barry. I'm sure this will be the last time that the
And
fate
who-
of the world depends on you.
And who's intimidated by pigeons? Well, I mean, I guess pigeons eat ladybugs. So. Hey, okay. I'm surprised Barry didn't just run around the world and turn it back in time to before Superman died.
No.
Keep going, Barry. You can do it.
Run, Barry, run.
Always faster, Barry.
Well, Tio, people have been saying in terms of the movies, why don't you just go back to a Superman formula that works? People really like the first movie.
Even though that ending is apparently that plot point was meant to be for the sequel, but because they already spent like the animation budget for that, they're like, just use it.
Oh dear. Time for phase 2 now.
Run away.
No, the phase 2 of the boss, of course.
Oh, I thought you meant their plan. Okay, plan 1 didn't work. Let's try plan 2. Run the fuck.
Oop.
Alright,
This is
Hal.
just crossing there.
Let's see what you can do.
So what hero was that fell in the water?
Oh, that's just Hal's partner,
Oh, okay.
I believe it's Ace Morgan, played by John Hurd. think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Oh boy. Yeah, thing about will, that's what the green one's all about. Willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I see the breaches become beset of, Death Stranding.
It sounds with dinosaurs.
Okay, Hal, where are you gonna fling it?
Let me guess, in
Straight
the
to the
sun.
sun.
Hal, is that your solution for everything? I guess that was
that's
Keith Davis
Superman's
screaming.
solution. Dude, that's how the latest Sonic comic arc with the Metal Virus saga ended. Sonic just used Chaos Control to send
Jeez,
it to the
spoilers,
sun.
Dej.
Also, Dej, remember in the live-action movie, Hal throws Parallax into the sun.
The arc is over, Jova. You had like 2 months.
Still, spoilers. Yeah, totally. Good old buddy's looking out for his friend's secret identity.
Let me guess, Aquaman's cameo. Yeah, definitely.
Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, seriously, Arthur.
I believe you dropped something into the ocean.
Seriously, stop polluting. It's annoying.
Wait, He-Man, what are you doing here?
That's the original look that Aquaman had, lives.
Basically, he's played by Alan Richson.
Yeah, like one line of dialogue in the entire movie.
Well, fun fact, he played Aquaman in Smallville. So...
Interesting casting.
Well, I mean, well, to be fair, it's not the first time you have people from one DC thing come back and do another.
Yeah,
DC
yeah.
thing.
Of course, this deserves...
Doesn't Brandon Routh play another character in the CW verse? And Superman again.
Also, voice line from JFK.
As this is the New Frontier speech.
Meanwhile, Superman is just random pointing at something.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hi, Lex. I always look like the Grinch in that pose.
Come on, you're getting a medal. Cheer up.
Hey, the Metal Man and quite a few other heroes.
The Legion of Superheroes. No, actually, no, it's something else. My bad. Oh, there's the Doomsday Clock.
Steel's grave.
My hero by Rick Flag Jr.
Yeah, Rick Flag. You know, the guy who tried to kill himself.
Hey, look,
and,
Gwen Stacy.
Hey, Supergirl.
Wait, why is Black Canary part of the Young
Red
Guns?
Arrow. It's the Teen Titans.
Teen
Speaking
Titans.
of
Hey,
which,
Darkseid.
The Legion of
Riddler,
Doom.
Brainiac.
Speaking of which,
Brainiac,
Black
Black
Manta.
Manta.
How's
Oh,
Joker.
Star Sapphire.
Speaking of that, Jova, how is the Supergirl TV so far?
Very good.
Well, it's ending soon, anyway.
Oh, there's
Hey,
Starro.
Starro.
The main villain of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Actually, it's
We
Ego.
are,
Suicide
and that
Squad.
is us.
The
Sorry.
Justice,
Jam Lettuce Agency.
the Justice League of America.
Huh.
So what, is there a Justice
Interesting.
League of,
That's
is there
still
a
a
Justice
Superman.
League of Britain?
I think there was at some point in comics.
Alright,
Well, actually, it's funny you mention that, Dwibs. Actually, there was a Justice League of Britain, sort of, but it was when it was the Crime Syndicate. Essentially, in the reverse place where the heroes are villains, their headquarters actually are in Britain as opposed to America.
So there you
Alright,
are then.
so- Final thoughts, I guess.
I'll go first.
go on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Waves.
It's all right. Yeah, okay. I do appreciate that. These compared to some of the other DC animated films that I've seen, I understood it okay enough about having to have read the comic.
That's pretty much the case with most of these, except for that stupid killing joke film.
Honestly, Joe, from what I understand, even if you have read the comic, it wouldn't be very good anyway.
That's my point. Go on.
It's decent all round. That's I think,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it. I mean, don't have much else to say. I mean, half the characters are not really all. And yeah, that's about it.
So, yeah, Dej, you mentioned you liked Superman's costume in this one.
Yeah. Is that the same costume that they use for Superman versus the Klan?
Yes, it is. Basically, it's his Golden Age look.
Alright.
So, your thoughts on the movie?
It's alright. I like it. For a first installment, it does the job good, and it's not, look, here's Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman that are the main characters. Like, no, they give more focus to Hal Jordan, John, and Barry Allen.
Yeah, it's also Green Lantern who saves the day, which again, at the time, I get they wanted to some minor build up because the Green Lantern live action movie was about to come out in a couple of years, and they wanted it to be the starting of their own live action universe.
They wanted to make it their Iron Man.
Well, not only that,
I know, right?
Well, not only that, too, there was the Bruce Timm animated Green Lantern series coming as well. The show was good, albeit short-lived.
But yeah, how much experience do you have with other DC animated stuff? I forgot.
I mean, I grew up with Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series.
I mean, obese movies in particular.
This Superman Doomsday, the Flashpoint Paradox.
Have you seen, I guess, also Batman Beyond Return of the Joker?
Yeah.
Have you seen Batman Under the Red Hood?
No, I have not.
Oh, that's a really good one.
I've been told. What other movie did I see? The first DC movie after Flashpoint Paradox, which was the Justice League one, where Hal Jordan, who goes up to Darkseid, punches him, doesn't work, gets flicked, and gets beat up by the Apocalypse demons.
That was certainly a thing.
Alright, I guess I'll go next then. Yeah, this was surprisingly good. Even in general, it's probably one of the better DC animated movies of the ones we commented so far. The animation is better, although there are a couple of moments where you can tell it's, there are some errors like outlines missing and stuff like that. The costume design is really solid and, a good tribute to the era he's paving to. The voice acting is fine, but like I said, most of these characters feels a bit odd to see so much different voices coming out of of these characters. But as for the story itself, is a bit weird. It does remind me of something that Alan Moore would write because the modus operandi is kind of the same. Take inspiration from, in this case, the Golden and Silver Age, and create instead a situation that doesn't necessarily fit either, but manages to stimulate the heroes into action that fits their characters nonetheless. In this case, fighting an Eldritch Abomination that is a floating iron that consumes everything.
And voiced by Keith David.
Voiced by Keith David. That also has psychic abilities and spawns dinosaurs that are straight out of Akira. But yeah, interesting enough. The thing that I questioned at the beginning is kind of the same. I wonder what is this product for? Because it is interesting, probably for comic book history, but I can't imagine how people might have been interested in this story particularly.
It was kind of a trend around the time, between stuff like Kingdom Come, Age of Justice, or a lot of these other comics, which took a look at older ages of the comics here and there.
True, but in terms of sort of popularity, I can understand something like Kingdom Come because it is still more based also on the Bronze Age onward, so there is a bit more familiarity. This was a story that even in the original format was done in the early 2000s. I really need to do some proper research about this because it really does fascinate me. It clearly tells me that the author was a real fan of the subject matter, kind of like Grant Morrison, but in a more direct way. Instead of taking the concepts and canonizing them in a modern context, he literally just wants to take a piece of the time and look at it. But yeah, still actually a very interesting product. Definitely, again, one of the better of the DC movies that we've seen so far. Java.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, more than when I watched it the first time, especially since I get it better now here and there. I like how in characters a lot of the characters are, how, yes, they fight and butt heads, but it's not like they hate each other. They're heroes growing up in a frustrated time of society. Yes, that is kind of relevant even to this day, holy crow. Again, I like how this movie does not try to sugarcoat how things were at the time. Again, it's a really good showing of how things went from the rose-tinted outlook of the Golden Age, where heroes were just allowed to do whatever, to a more nuanced look which the Silver Age gave, despite having more outlandish stuff still overall here and there. Again, good stuff here and there. It combines the more, kid-friendly tone that most people think that the Silver Age had, with a more adult tone here and actually showing bouts of realism here. Like, people do die even if they do uphold the right will and stuff. What does hold through is that they are still trying to do it for the right stuff. Like, you have King Faraday here, a man who definitely does rather questionable things, but does do it with a good purpose in mind, to the point where he sacrifices himself and gives Martian Manhunter the proper will to fight. You have Hal Jordan, who's kind of this poor normal sap who gets pulled into this, but at the end of the day, finally, and I do mean finally, gets a bone thrown to him when he gets to pull the final hit on the center here and there. And like Tio mentioned, one of the great things about this movie is that, it doesn't rely on the Trinity, with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman being the be-all, end-all to save the day here and there. Like, heck, two of them spend a good deal out of commission here and there, and Batman at best comes up with an idea, but isn't necessarily the one who's able to pull it off. A lot of the heavy lifting is done to newer superheroes of the age, which again does show the meeting of Golden and Silver Age. Again, this is a very good look at, the history of comics as well in general here and there, while also having good social commentary messages here and there. So, yeah. Oh, the music's good as well. Kudos to the composers there. The voice acting casts all definitely give it their all, and I really do love and enjoy it here. It's just a movie that I full-heartedly enjoy, and it was a good sign of things to come with the DC animated movies. Oh, there would be quite a few more good ones here. But yeah, to cap things off, love this movie.
Alright, so I guess we'll see you for the next animated DC product. We'll see what to do next. See ya!
See you then!
Yeah.